England just announced that every Englishman over the age of 18 automatically become organ donors with ability to opt out. How do you feel about this? My dad died at 36 due to a sudden and unpredicted massive heart attack. He was not a drinker or drug user, didn't even have high blood pressure. His death certificate literally says, first symptom, death. My mom and I still regret that it didn't even occur to us to donate his organs until 2 or 3 days afterward, when the fog began to lift from our stunned minds. My dad was a generous and adventurous person with terrific eyesight and a strong physique, and I know he loved the idea of both living on in some way and helping someone else continue their journey. I wish we had default donation in my state. Just understand that this doesn't mean you must donate your organs, or even that your viable organs will be donated by your wishes. With enough speed and influence, money, a spouse or other power of attorney or other family member can absolutely deny the request, whether you chose to register or just failed to opt out. This is evidenced by the statement of greater than your family will still be approached and your faith, beliefs and culture will continue to be respected. It's a very hollow law, but still an important one. Even in the United States, where all 50 states have adopted the 1987 Uniform Anatomical Gift Act, which treats a valid organ donor card as a legal last will and testament. Next of kin and their attorneys prevent organ harvesting every single day by getting emergency injunctions that prevent the organs from being transferred in time. This is exactly what happened with my pregnant wife, who was a citizen, when a drunk driver put her in a coma. Her father was wealthier than my entire bloodline has ever been, way high up in one of the four inns of court all up barristers must belong to, and not only did he actively try, and succeeded, in stopping the hospital from harvesting her organs despite her being a registered donor, he actively tried to suppress my ability to decide what would happen with our unborn daughter, who had a chance to survive if they acted quickly. I had no say in her body, wasn't even allowed to attend the funeral, but I did end up having a say in our child's. We got married in Spain and hadn't yet filed the paperwork to have it recognized elsewhere. Pretty sure there are new EU laws to prevent this now, but who knows with Brexit. So I had no power of attorney rights for my wife, but I did for our child. 3 days later and I was holding the best part of both of us in my arms, but it's the only part of my late wife that lives on today. She was buried with all her viable organs, despite her being such a staunch supporter of donation and would have celebrated England passing this law, if it were ever actually enforced, which I doubt it will be, but that's okay. The law is not meant to be enforced, it's meant to make us think about the power of organ donation. Edit. My phone is blowing up with all your love and support. I want to reply to each and every one of you, but need to take a short break. Thank you all. Edit 2. As this post gains more exposure, some of the comments are getting quite negative and accusing me of fabricating this story. To those that feel the need to lash out at me in such a way, I'm sorry for whatever pain or struggle you're going through that makes this unbelievable. Trust me, I wish it weren't true either. My life has not been easy despite the amount of love I now have in it. No one deserves to be called a liar for sharing their deepest emotions. Not you, not me. If you want the coins, you can have them. I only came back to Reddit because of the pandemic. Normally I have to steer clear of this site, which I guess I'm going to have to do again now. To everyone else, thank you again. I'm sorry to those that had questions and stories of their own I didn't get to. You deserve all the love and attention I received just as much. Edit 3. One last final comment I saw reminded me of 2 videos I really think all of us should watch as often as we forget their messages. Each is about a word. Sonder. https://www.youtube.com/watch v = 054 and Socha. https://www.youtube.com/watch v = igkia6v. I am not affiliated with the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows in any way, I just really like it. Edit 4. I know I said 3 was my final comment, but to the guy that sent me this incredibly inappropriate and insensitive comment requesting I contact my late wife's father, whom I haven't seen since the month of the accident and only spoken to in very guarded terms a handful of times since, with his resume hoping to pursue a career in law, https://imga.com/smj4G5, you're either going to make a brilliant attorney or the worst the world has ever known, or both. In any case, go fuck yourself. Edit 5. Wow. https://imga.com/9. That's enough Reddit for me, everyone. I won't be logging onto this account again. At least not for a while. Sorry if not covering up his name is against the rules. I did it for Edit 4, but now I just need to leave. As a British person, it's a great move. Opting out is literally a 2-minute job, and it's going to save a massive number of lives. For anyone who doesn't know, here's a breakdown of the new rules. https://www.organdonation.nhs.uk/outlaws/organ donation law in England/. That said, please still do tell your family about your decision so that your next of kin knows. Whether it's opt-in or opt-out, it's still your decision. But if your family are the kind who will be squeamish about the thought of your organs being donated, it can help to put them at ease that it's something you've chosen and not just something that you forgot to opt out of. Fine with it. I think we need more organ donors. It's a good idea, as long as people have the ability to opt out if they want to, which you mentioned they do. Then there's nothing wrong with it. I can't even play the piano. What would I do with an organ? He wasn't an Englishman, but like John Prine said, please don't bury me down in that cold, cold ground. I'd rather have them cut me up and pass me all around. Throw my brain in a hurricane. The blind can have my eyes. The deaf can take both my ears if they don't mind the size. It's a win-win minus an idea whose time has come. I've already donated an organ to a university music dept for student practice. When I die, my bodily organs will be donated as well. Greater than how do you feel about this? I feel that other countries too should do this. I guess all the English women get to keep their organs. I feel like framing Reddit's popular opinion as a question is an easy way to gain karma. I'm from the Ark. I'm annoyed this wasn't already a thing. I signed up to be an organ donor on my 18th birthday minus I've got no use for my organs when I die. Let them save lives or be used for research. Fantastic. What took so long? For those asking why would anyone consider opting out, I recently watched a video in which a mom explained how she lost her baby to SIDS. They found the baby unresponsive after his nap, air-flighted him to the hospital, and were able to get his heart started again, but he had no brain activity from oxygen deprivation, so he wouldn't be able to breathe on his own and would die if unhooked from all his machines. The baby's organs were all perfectly healthy, so staff approached the mother about organ donation to save another baby's life. Although the parents ultimately did choose organ donation, they explained that it was a big struggle. I was confused about that, until they explained why it was a struggle. For context, when a baby is in intensive care, it's hard to hold them, because all the tubes and wires are in the way. In most modern bereaved parent of infants situations, the school of thought is that it is less traumatic to the parents if the child is allowed to be with them for some time after he or she is unhooked from machines. Most parents hold their baby while he or she dies, etc. In some progressive countries, they even have refrigerated cribs, so that parents can take their baby home for a few days and grieve in their own way. This is way different than the past, when doctors thought taking a dead child away ASAP, before the parents could see it, was best to reduce trauma. Spoiler alert, it's not. Anyhow, these folks knew their baby was going to die, but in order for organ donation to occur, he needed to be unhooked in the OR, because they transplant the beating heart of infant directly into the other baby. So these parents sacrificed their morning time with their child's body, and didn't get to hold him as he stopped breathing, etc., in order to give another child the gift of life. Just offering perspective that people who are hesitant about organ donation are not monsters, and perhaps more awareness of these situations will ultimately lead to more people choosing selflessness. I'm dead. May as well be useful for once in my life. For all I care, you can sacrifice my earthly remains to Cthulhu who wants him gone. With ability to opt out. Sounds fine to me. Oppose it on principle minus ownership of your body shouldn't default to the state whether you're dead or alive. Greater than. Edit. And him saying this as an organ donor myself. I simply believe that the state should not be allowed to take parts of your body in death unless you explicitly give consent. Sounds great. If you're so bothered about letting your organs be useless and go to waste after you're gone, then the option is there to be selfish. I'm going to disagree with the hive mind here and say it's a bad idea. One of the cornerstones of medical ethics is informed consent, i.e., docs need consent from informed patients before they do anything to those patients. Obviously, consent is assumed in cases of emergency, but beyond that, docs need to explain the procedure, the risks, and benefits before doing pretty much anything. It has never been accepted for good reason that docs can do something, unless you specifically tell them not to, aside from DNR orders. But that's a special thing, and it's wrong to adopt it as policy here. Subscribe, like, and comment if you hate outros. Begging you to subscribe, like, and comment.